is a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints. And we are underway from the Superdome. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And this is caught. Touchdown. CeeDee Lamb hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Cowboys 7. Saints nothing.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw here. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Marcus Davenport in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. Didn't march to the end zone the last time out.
Okay, ready?
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Check you.
He'll drop to throw. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They run it again with Kamara. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The Saints had 6 and 9 to start play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 5.
They'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Past the 20. 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
The kicker on.
Charles, it's now a 2-touchdown lead in the opening quarter. Following that pick 6, they are off to a fast start in this one.
And absolutely ecstatic on the sideline after that play, aren't they? Not just because they've got the lead, but how about seeing one of their guys get a chance to take it in for 6? Already up a pair of touchdowns. They've got everything going their way early on.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
19-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
And he's missed now his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. But now it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. Now it's 3rd down and inches. Trying to run forward with Pollard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
13 yards. And the Cowboy 1st down.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Cowboys 14, Saints 7.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Dancing to his left. He's got a man, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
Again, Kamara. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Garabay's kick is good, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in the hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial it the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. Fielded at the 33. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second and 6. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Now back to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And the lead is down to 1 now, 14-13. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them...
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back. First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Pollard again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was. And now it's 3rd down.
On play action, they'll throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience,
How much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A 10th carry for Kamara. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This will be fielded at the 17. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending,
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Anthony Schwartz, 73 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8.
Makes the score Cowboys 21, Saints 13.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's at the 40, the 20. He will score. Touchdown, Saints.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
He fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it. And you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone. And that's exactly why he did.
At their own 16-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety.
all right, partner, deuce is wild on this sequence. 2 plays, 2 sacks, and now 2 points thanks to the safety. Offensively, there just didn't seem to be much of a plan when they came out on attack. That led the defense create a little chaos up front and set up one of their guys to make a play and get through and record the sack.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got him in, complete. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout, and they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 34. Garabay's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gault. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. Finding space at the 40. Now he's loose at the 40. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Again, it's Kamara. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Second and 13. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys will take over here at their own 12-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to have it here just past the 25. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And that to the 30. It'll be second down. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Kamara trying the right side. A beautiful spin and room to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 128 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Kamara up the middle. Room here to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Again, this is Kamara. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On third down, here's Kamara. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Garabay's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw here. He's going to let it go again. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Anthony Schwartz, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. They're going to look to throw. Going up top. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Complete to right. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that is officially a loss of 1.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16, and able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 35 yards that time on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive to help themselves out.
It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 39-yard line.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Finds his man. That's Olave on the crossing route. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marquise Bell. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 33.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, He's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Here's a 2nd and 7. And this one is incomplete.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
This offense so far on 3rd down, very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll drop to throw. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man. Complete. He's at the 30. 10, 5. Touchdown, Saints. Chris Olave with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And they will take a 7-point lead. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Running with Kamara. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 126, the same number Jim Brown had during his 9-year career. And the Saints Giants look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And the lead now up to 14. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
2nd and 15. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. A big play here for Dallas. 78 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Now here's Pollard. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Kamara. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 221 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for New Orleans, they moved to 7-9 on the year with the win.